I'm not sure that this Florida Panthers team needed any extra juice, but they found it in the form of a Dairy Queen blizzard. And they are now 2-0, games after they had blizzards the night before. They're going to be eating ice cream all playoffs, straight through the Stanley Cup.
You know what you do with a blizzard? You take it and you hold it upside down. You know what the Cats did with the Stanley Cup on the balcony of Elbow Room? They took it and they held it upside down. Strap in for fucking round 2, pal.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast brought to you by BetMGM. I am your host, Dan Powers, and sitting next to me, this man once thought he was going on a date, but he then got driven home in the bed of a truck by the man who the girl was actually on a date with. It's Chris Powers.
I'm going to need some explanation on that.
As always.
You also forgot to say that, as always, last week. I got you. You were so fired up about Big Laundry that you forgot to say it.
And can you blame me?
No, not at all.
Can you blame me, dude?
Big Laundry, Big Toothpaste. Gotcha.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think it's only the second time I've gotten
No, I think I said, can you confirm that?
Yeah.
I think I said.
I'm gonna sue her, Alice. Alice was the one who told me. Dude, I think you were like starting to say it, and then maybe you got caught up.
Can you check that right now?
Yeah, I'll check it right now.
Take these headphones so you don't blast everyone's head up.
Explain the...
Dude, Lags,
you know what,
I can't,
Lags? I'll let Chris tell the story.
I don't even have the fucking time, dude. Edge is going to listen to this. He's going to fucking yell at me for fucking talking too long. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you the story after. But, dude...
it is one of the more, like, we were like...
It's an all-timer, dude. It's an all-timer. And they're married now. So, you know, you gotta lose. You want to lose to the champs, you know? You want to lose to the fucking champs, dude. And that was not my proudest moment, though. And, Wags, that was early where, like, I don't date, you know? I was just like a singleman. That was kind of my game. And that was when I was like, maybe I should go on dates and just see. And I tried to go on dates, and then I went on someone else's date, it turned out. So then I was like, okay, I'm actually not doing this anymore. That blows. So that sucked. And yeah.
I didn't even hear what you said because I was listening to this, but you said, because just like I am always here, they are always trying to fuck us. And I don't think that counts as an as always.
But that I intended it to. Like, I remember being like, I have to say it. So I go, just as I am always here, they are always trying to fuck us.
I'll give it to you.
I didn't.
I'll give it to you.
I was fired up, though. I was fired up.
You didn't say as always,
yeah.
But you did get...
So, yeah. I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you what. When he came home and delivered that story to us, I was like...
I would have never let him live it.
One of my boys...
It was probably 10 years ago. We haven't let him live it down.
Home is like, every time, dude. There's actually, I have like a couple groups of friends that like, every time I see them, they're like, can you tell the story?
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-huh.
It is, I hate to do a transition like this. It is one of the best stories of all time. Because I'm fired up about it, can we talk about one of the worst stories of all time, which is this season of The Last of Us?
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. The Last of Us.
Are you as pissed off about this show as I am?
Dude,
I wanted to clear the listeners, we have not discussed this. I said I wanted to talk about it, but Chris didn't know the context.
I stopped watching. Have you finished it?
Oh, I quit. I've got like 2 episodes left, and I went like this. I won't watch this show.
Don't
forever.
have time, Dan. My time is valuable. My time is money.
Dude.
Mo money, mo problems.
Yep.
Mo time, mo money.
Let me tell you what,
actually,
man.
that means it's bad. But
so you haven't even finished this season, and you're this pissed off?
Yeah.
You'd be even more pissed off.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. There you go. This helps me.
Did you finish?
Yes. It's
trash.
I literally, so you know how long it takes for them to film like the next season?
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm literally not going to watch it.
Bro.
Same.
So
I'm very glad to hear you say that. And like, I'll tell you what, man, like my life is falling apart at the seams.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the worst place I've ever been in my life. I'm constantly just wondering if I should just quit at everything. I fucking suck. I'm a pathetic loser. My pets' heads are falling off. I hate myself. I hate it all.
Hate what I see in the mirror.
And then when I go like this, well, let me take a break from trying to be less of a piece of shit loser.
Yep.
And just try to enjoy something. And I turn on a TV show and it's
That's supposed to be my escapism.
Fucking garbage, dude. That's what this piece of dog shit entertainment industry is trying to shove down our throats and tell me it's so good and no one can get jobs because this stuff is getting made. Go fuck yourself.
Dude, stay hot because I'll take it a step further. I'm insulted by HBO. and I love HBO. And HBO, it's not TV, it's HBO. And they have always been I think they are one of the most consistent networks in the biz. And I give so much credit to their scripted department.
Gold standard.
They're gold standard. And I think White Lotus is a clown show. I know Wags likes White Lotus, but I think White Lotus is a clown show, but not horrible. I just think it's like, whatever. It's getting thrown in this like prestigious TV, and I'm like, no, it's fine. I can watch that on my Sunday night. This show being the HBO delivery on Sunday night, my precious Sunday night, is unacceptable, Soldier, especially with the time off in between. Because now, dude, you're telling me, and I got it fucking ruined for me, so if you're going to watch it, I'm sorry, but you're telling me that we're going to take a fucking another 2-3 year hiatus just to go back to Abby's story. And let's just tell the whole story to build up to the season 2 finale again. Are you fucking my dad?
The worst part is her story is like really, really good, and I already know they're gonna fumble it. But they've put it to the point to where like you don't even want to watch it.
Yeah.
But it's like,
did you play?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you guys played that one too, because her story is so much better.
So here's
interesting.
Here's where I'll jump in.
Because she sucks.
White Lotus, I don't want to talk about White Lotus. I don't think White Lotus is HBO's fault. I think it's the audience's fault. I think it's the public going, what a brilliant show.
Yeah.
It's trash bag reality TV level shit. But I think Mike White knows that.
Yeah,
I think
he never told anybody.
I think he's like, this is a ridiculous story about a bunch of shit people. Just like sit back and enjoy it with some popcorn and candy. Yeah. And people are trying to dissect the storylines. There's no dissection to be had. It's fucking garbage. Just embrace the garbage. This shit is like, I didn't play the games, and I just look at how passionate people are. So I did my due diligence to watch 30-minute YouTube videos about the game storylines, because I was like, are they just completely abandoning the storylines? And they're not. They're just doing such a shit job at telling it. Ellie in the game is a fucking beast. She's a badass survivalist who just understands the world she's in. And Bella Ramsey, who I think is a brilliant actress. It's partially direction, it's partially right. She's just like this whiny shitbag. And just delivering lines like we talked about, the I'm going to be a dad line was like that. I can tell the gang was like, we hit it out of the park with that one. And then when the general public goes like this, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. Someone has to fucking answer. Someone has to answer for your fucking sins.
Hearing that your same sex, because you're both females, partner is pregnant. And then
who, by the way, hold on. In the episode, they aren't dating, bro.
Yeah,
brother.
That's right.
They're not this. It's a lifelong. If that were a real life line, what the fuck is that chick's name? Ellie's girlfriend.
Dina.
Her actual name?
Isn't Dina?
The character's name?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's Dina.
I forget.
I don't fucking know, dude.
She would be like, relax. We have not been dating.
Yeah.
I was to about a week ago. You didn't even know I was interested in women.
Yeah.
So calm down. And yeah, she just pulls that fucking shit.
I'm pregnant with another dude's baby, and then we get the response is immediate smash, and I'm gonna be a dad. I'm like, you met me 45 minutes ago, dude.
I think the character that pisses me off the most is how they portrayed Tommy, because in the video game, that fucker, as soon as Joel dies, he's like, I'm going to kill everybody in Seattle. But in the TV show, they're like, Tommy killed 2 people. Wow. But in the game, he killed like 70 people.
This is exactly what I'm saying, because I think universally, as soon as Pedro Pascal was out of the show, it suffered massively. Now, I will say, that's when he dies in the game. So I get that, but I can live with that. Even though universally the show got worse without him because he's the fucking man. Yeah. I can live with that. I can't live with they've made Ellie a pussy. They've made Tommy a pussy. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
When she cried at the end of the season in the video, I'm pretty sure in the video game she doesn't even care that she did that.
Yeah, man, those things are what's killing me, and just like boring the life out of me. And dude, Dan's gonna get so pissed at me, but this show having the audacity to fucking act like it's not The Walking Dead.
I was gonna get to that.
insane, dude. The fact I used to fucking work at AMC, so I'm allowed to go on this rant. Mr. AMC, dude, the president of AMC, Mr. AMC himself, is rolling over in his grave that network is free falling still, and HBO, the gold standard, goes like this: we have a new smash hit on our hands. It's called The Walking Dead: The Last of Us.
Yeah,
you've got to be kidding me.
The only show that built out characters enough for them after they died and you to continue wanting to watch was Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was like, they had every character have such a significance, but in this show, it's like Joel died, nobody else. They didn't build out a lot of story on everyone else. So you're like, you don't care about Tommy's family. You don't really care about Ellie. You don't care about Dina. You don't care about, I mean, now in season 3, you're going to learn about Abby, but it's like nobody has significance.
I want to get into Abby. Caitlin Dever, love her.
Yeah.
I think she's a phenomenal actress. Her episodes where they're showing her as this bad, I don't buy it. And I refuse to believe it's her fault. She's a great actress. And it's just, you're making me believe in this vengeance-fueled character who's going to kill Joel, and that is how they portray. It's just all bad. And yeah, to finish off my rant of just disappointment in HBO on this show, it is just The Walking Dead. I remember watching the pilot of this show and going, hell yeah, man. I think HBO has their next Game of Thrones, their next absolute smash. I loved the way they played out the virus, the way it was building, but now it's just, we are the virus. It's the same fucking thing. Here are the Fireflies. Here's this group. Here's that group. And, maybe that's the game, but the passion people have for the game storyline made me think there were layers and levels deeper than what I'm being given. This absolute trash.
Dan, so well put, because it made me realize if The Walking Dead had just been a video game, people would have been like, this is the GOAT game. I just think there was a graphic novel, and then this was the video game version of it, which is why people were just as obsessed with the graphic novel, The Walking Dead, as they were obsessed with this. Because, bro, in season 1, when Joel's hurt and Ellie shoots a deer and goes to get it, and then like 2 guys stumble upon her, adult dudes, and they're like, yo, like the one's gonna kill her, but the guy's like, no, come with me, and he's like a priest or whatever. Because I didn't play the game, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was like, dude, this show is so refreshing that there are other just good people out there, and it's cool. They're gonna take her in and see what's happening, and then she gets back to their place, and he's like, I actually am feeding people humans, and I rape little girl. And I was like, bro, this is The Walking Dead. This is The Walking Dead. Every human you meet is their own little. They've got their own little fucking dumbass nickname, and then looks like they're bad too. And I'm like, this is so fucking unoriginal that I want to blow my brains out. And Wags, great point by you, because this has already become, it's basically an anthology, right? Like every season, they're just asking me to meet new characters and go do this storyline, which, as you just said, hurts my ability to fall in love with the TV character that I want to ride with, like I can do in TV shows. In a video game, it kind of works. Yeah. In this, I'm like, dude, you're killing me. You're killing me with that.
I think the Game of Thrones set such a high standard for me of like, I know near the end, everyone was like, it kind of fell off, but I was like, the whole way through, I was thinking about the other people that weren't in that episode. I was like, what's happening to them? What's happening to like Joffrey? Like, what's like...
Can't wait till we jump over there and like see what's going on.
And now I'm like, I don't care about her because I've seen her in 2 episodes. Like she killed Joel, and then you saw her like barely throughout the last 2 episodes. So it's like, I don't want to watch wait a whole nother 2 years to learn about her. I was like, you should have told us about her already.
Literally, and again, I know he dies in the game, but literally the only person they got you invested in is Pedro Pascal. Then he dies, and then the show blows, and then he comes back in a flashback episode, and everyone was like, that episode was good. And I was like, yeah, because he was back.
That was a really good episode.
Yeah, I was like, so insane. Anyway, dude, ridiculous. Will not be tuning in for season 3.
It's bullshit. If anyone has seen Mobland yet, let me know if that is worth watching so I can take a break from my miserable fucking existence.
I've been let down this past year. I was excited for a couple shows coming back, and I didn't really have a good time with any of them.
I hear Mobland's good. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back to some hot ice.
I got to talk to you guys about BetMGM and the Hat Trick Jackpot promotion. Come on, it even sounds cool to say. All you got to do is download the BetMGM app and then use promo code NETTERS. That's NETTERS when you sign up. And then you can do epic things all the time, like I'm doing all the time. You can bet on NBA, you can bet on NHL, you can bet on MLB. Football's coming right around the corner. You won't even believe how fast it comes. You can bet on all of it. But right now, this hat trick jackpot promotion, all you have to do is bet on an anytime goal scorer. And if that person gets a hat trick or more, they could score 1 million goals. But if they get at least a hat trick, you get your share of 10 grand in bonus bets. And if you bet on them to be an anytime goal scorer and they lose, and it's your first bet because you just loaded the app and you use promo code NETTERS, you can get up to $1,500 in bonus bets. So, I mean, you're coming out on top here, no matter which way you slice it. And by the way, if they just score, you win your bet. So that's sick too. So go online, get the BetMGM app, use that promo code NETTERS, that's NETTERS, and get in on this action. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 for Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 for Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Huge shout out to BetMGM. Can you talk about the hat real quick?
Yeah, dude. You want to snap into some hot ice?
Yeah. Whoa. Fucking whoa.
Ping, ping. Yeah, it's midnight, dude. Who cares? How about this? These hats, we got these hats. They're snaps. These are money because I'll tell you what. We got obviously the Netters logo, but you can get so much, and it's this, dude. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but right here, for my golfers out here, there is a ball marker ping, that snaps right into this piece, which is so sick. Because, dude, a long time ago, they used to make them with a magnet, not snaps. Other hat companies would make a magnet. Do you remember those? And, like, the ball marker would, like, magnet to the brim right here and it would fall
very
off
much.
and all this shit. This one, dude, bang, right here. This, which you definitely can't see, says ice is ready, which they custom made for us, which is absolutely nails. Thank you. And then they have a partnership with the NHL because they're getting every team. I got my Bees one, obviously, even though the Bees were terrible this year and then got screwed at the draft, and that's okay. Bang. You can get any team you want. You can get custom stuff. These hats are money. And now I'll never golf with anything but this. So that's cool.
I mean, it's pretty tight. The fact that it's like they got
sick, dude. Like,
NHL licensing, they've got all your favorite teams, and you know what? I kind of love. I like how subtle it is.
And dude, it's a snap. Like, yeah. Dude, you know what I mean?
That's hard, and it's not too big. You know, it's not a massive ball marker. It doesn't look crazy on your hat.
Yeah, it's so cool.
But it's also sick that they have the thing that can go on any hat because you're not.
Yes, dude.
I have as I've gotten older, I don't love waving the flag that much. Like if you go and get, full Edmonton Oilers driver cover, iron cover, like it's
I see. Yeah.
It's that. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. I prefer more of a subtle vibe, and that's perfectly subtle.
Yeah.
It's like you can put it on any hat you want. You can have just like a Titleist hat, and you can just put the snap thing on the back, and then bang, you got your got your Oilers ball.
Like because then you just make any hat that you already own a snap.
Yeah, and that is fucking sick.
Yes.
We got to talk about this game. We have our first entry into the Stanley Cup.
Ticket
punched. But I do want to say this. I apologize for those who listened to the live. We said we would be eating Dairy Queen Blizzards. It's closed.
We tried to go.
The game ended, and I went on the closed. Believe it or not, guys, there's not a billion Dairy Queens in Los Angeles.
It's not
I was shocked.
I think there's a chance.
There's one, and it was closed.
But I was going to say maybe we can get it because we'll do our prediction. Well, I guess maybe we'll see. But the predictions are coming soon, and we'll do the Dairy Queen. I'll try to get it for the morning, for the live.
Yeah.
That'll be my goal. God, they're far away, though, dude. Like, it's actually insane. Dude, like, literally, I was like, can you deliver? And they're like, buddy, we're in fucking Topanga. And I'm like, yeah, come on down, dude. Fucking thing melted, dude. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you've got to bring one, Wags. You got to bring one, dude. Yeah, so we're doing our best. But Dairy Queen is not near me at all. We're going to try to get one, though.
Yeah, we're going to have to get one at some point here to celebrate because I've absolutely loved that. But here we are, folks. Get into this game in Carolina. Game 5, Carolina grabbed their win in emphatic fashion, which was fantastic. And here we are. We wondered if people were going to if we're going to get some life here. And The Cats clawed back, as they always do, but I would like to start this sesh by saying I'm impressed with Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I'm impressed with Carolina. This Florida team is so fucking good, man. So fucking good. And in Game 4, Florida was missing 3 of their key players who've been huge these playoffs in Rhino, Mikkola, and Grierzy. And that was Carolina's chance, and they took it, right? They got to win in Sunrise. Then they come home. They got to put on a show. They get 2 goals right off the bat. Brutal turnover by Gustav Forsling. Brutal turnover by Nico Mikkola. And Sebastian Aho cashes in on both.
On, like, I won't even give him that credit. I would say, like, a tough one for Bob in the second one. First one is
I watched it so many times. It is a weird shot. It, like, squeaks through Mikkola. It doesn't tip off him, but it's definitely a bit of a screen, and I genuinely think he was like, oh, and saw it last second and just didn't drop it.
Yep.
I love that for Aho. You're the star player, right?
Who's been called out by your coach.
Yes.
In this series.
And you get 2 monster goals, and then the Cats come in the second period, bang, 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 3, and you could have rolled over and died. But then your other star, Seth Jarvis, with one of the cheekiest sand wedge finishes you'll ever see.
Yep.
He comes in, ties it, and then who else, dude? The fucking hero himself, 16, Sasha Barkov, with just a man's goal.
Bro.
A man's goal, getting Orlov off his back, coming around, then walking past Robinson, and like took Robinson for a bit of a walk there, and just a slick through the crease dish, and then Swaggy Verhage, as always, finishes it.
That was
game over.
That was nasty work.
I want to let you get into whatever you want to get into, but I will echo again. I'm proud of Carolina.
Yep.
You could have rolled over and died after Game 3. You didn't. You went out and got a win. You could have rolled over and died in this game when Florida puts those guys back in the lineup. But you got out. You got out to a lead. You then gave up the lead, and then you tied it up again. And this Florida team is just too much. That's what they've been all series. They were too much. They were too much in this game. But at the end of the day, this was not an embarrassing loss. This was a good game. You fought hard, and you got beat by a much better team. And let's be real, Florida is a much better team. So I'm proud of Carolina for that. And I will also say this, and this is going to seem disrespectful. I'm glad this wasn't a 35 save performance from Freddie Iceberg that Florida won in OT. I'm glad he gave up 4 goals in like 20 shots.
Why?
Because I do not mean to disrespect Freddie Anderson.
I know what you're going to say.
This was a game and a loss that makes you, if you have a brain in your skull, go, we need a new goalie.
Dude,
because if he had been a stud in this one, and you were like, he had 3 bad games in the beginning, but like, he's our guy. There would be people saying that.
And he didn't even have 3. He had 2.
You,
they sat him, remember?
True. I promise you, there are people still going, I think we can still do it with him. And those people are delusional psychopaths. So I'm glad that he didn't have the best game.
And how old is he now?
34?
Yeah, I'm going to check
Maybe 5. He might be 35.
I hear you. And, dude, I'm willing... 35.
Yeah, he's 35. If the Carolina Hurricanes come back next season with him as their starting goaltender, Carolina fans, prepare for the same fucking story. Get ready to watch the same movie.
God,
get ready to watch season 3 of The Last of Us. The same exact storyline, just from a different perspective. Yeah. That's what you're getting.
Like when his first year there, he is 4th in Vezina voting, wins the Jennings, and is like so solid. 33. Did he not play in playoffs? God, someone has to remind me what happened there. They must have gotten hurt or something. Or no, he was just the backup. Who's the fucking goalie on that team? Because he won the Jennings, but let me see. The goalie on that team, this thing always fucking freezes right when I need it. Antti Raanta, dude. Okay. Freddie, it's a hard one for me because it was a good story. Mm-hmm. And because he's had the health thing, and I love that he's like out of Toronto and is like, I'm good, dude. Like, get off my ass. And I thought that maybe there was a chance that he the freshness, the icebergness of this was going to carry him. But I want to say, this would be insane recall, but I legitimately think, Dan, if you go back and listen to a pod after the Canes lost to the Rangers last year, I almost said the same exact thing you just said. Like when you said that, I had the craziest flash of my memory, because I remember being like, it's hopefully this is the wake-up call that you need. Wake-up call makes it sound harsh, but hopefully this is the proof in the pudding where you're like, dude, I just do think we need a Bob or a guy that's kind of just taking these games and handling it. I wanted better for Freddie, truly. And he had such an awesome fucking playoff. Dude, I bet if you pull up stats right now, I don't know if the NHL.com has updated it, but yeah, I think it has. I think he's .202 save percentage for the whole playoff, counting tonight, which is best in the league by a lot over Bob, 211.
Yeah.
Like even with the Florida games.
He was nasty.
He was that good. So, fuck, it's a killer. But I am in the camp, with his age being a factor too, that you're right. Can you look up his contract while I'm going? But
sure I can.
You just can't go, the roster we have and Freddie and Net is gonna do the job for us.
No, you can't.
Because it's not.
And it's not meant to be this disrespectful comment. It's just like, I'm just here to tell you this,
I'll take it one step further, Dan.
Yeah, okay, go.
This loss by the Canes is, take everything you just said about Freddie and the lesson it should have taught you. I'm actually glad the Canes lost this way too, for the same reason. Because in games 1, 2, and 3, and I know 3 was like 1-1 for a while, but in games 1, 2, and 3, they never dictated play at all against the Panthers. It was a fucking party, dude. It was a South Florida party the whole time. Everybody's drinking, no shoes, no shirt, no problem, playing exactly how they were playing the hits, cash only in the elbow room.
Yeah.
That was games 1, 2, and 3. In game 4, do you have his contract?
I do. He makes $2.75 million. He has a player performance bonus through next season.
Okay.
So after next season, he's UFA. Wouldn't be surprised if he retired.
Same.
He has a no move clause. And he has a modified no trade clause, 20-team no trade list, reduces to 5-team no trade list February 23rd if he doesn't play at least 1/3 of regular season by February 15th.
Okay, which you hope he would.
Yes. But what's interesting, dude, is like 2.75. Let him be the best backup in the NHL.
Yeah, it's great deal. It's a great contract.
You've got to go do something. You got to get someone else.
So game 4, flash to game 4, and now we're in the triangle, buddy.
Yeah.
Now we're going to fucking Shooters in Durham. Get your fucking cowboy boots on. Get your car flags out, because we're having some southern barbecue in the Carolinas, and they dictated play.
Yeah.
And then you go to this game, game 5, back home, and I actually thought for the first period we were watching it like, oh shit. And I didn't think now the Canes are going to win the series, but I did think, oh, we're actually definitely going back to South Florida, where Florida will probably dictate the play and whatever. Because this was the way Carolina wanted to beat this team.
Yeah.
They're out shooting them like always, but they're smothering, they're rolling lines, they're being physical. To lose this game, when you thought you were dancing, listening to a Wagon Wheel. They had Wagon Wheel playing in their ears all day, and then to still lose, to have that flurry of Panthers goals in the second period, you tie it because you turn Wagon Wheel up, and you tie it at 3, and then the Panthers just go away, dude. Turn Wagon Wheel off and put some fucking rap on in Elbow Room.
Yeah.
What do they listen to at Elbow Room? Rap? Is there rap music in Elbow Room?
A lot of country. No,
well, we can't do the country because I'm doing country for the Canes. So maybe like some Jimmy Buffett or something.
Maybe like pop country.
Pop country. Yeah. It's Wagon Wheel in Raleigh,
and
but
it's Morgan Wallen.
It's Morgan Wallen down in South Florida. So to have Wagon Wheel blasting in everyone's ears and the Panthers still win, this was, I think, because dude, if the Panthers if it was a blowout again, I legitimately think in our dear leader's mind, in our supreme dear, what'd you say it actually is?
Supreme leader. But they call him Dear Leader. They do say Dear Leader. That is not like that is what they call him.
I actually think in our Dear Leader's mind and all the Canes fans' mind, there's a chance they spin zone it into, well, we just couldn't dictate play for those 4 games. The game we actually played our game, we beat them. We pummeled them. We just got to play our game more. And now I get to go, this was your game. You played your game in game 5, and the Panthers are too much for you.
Yeah.
So I'm actually happy in a dark, twisted way that they got to learn that lesson, and now changes will be made.
Dude, I'm glad that you feel that way because they have to be.
Yep.
And you know what's interesting is you look at, and Cats fans, don't worry. Meow. We're going to get all over the Cats. You know I'm on the bandwagon. We're going to be eating blizzards soon here. I just want to touch on the Canes for a second. This team is one of... Now, I know there are a lot of people who don't think that this team has a star. This team is built around or built with a true elite player. But I think this team is one of the more well-constructed rosters in the NHL. And let me just run this down with the cap going up, okay?
Yep.
Aho is making 9.75 until 2029. Svetch is making 7.75 until 2029. Jarvy's making 7.42 until 2029. KK is making 4.82 until 2029. You've got for 2 more, and this is next year is the first year I'm talking about.
Yep.
For 2 more years, you've got Martinook at 3.05. You've got Stahl at 2.9. You've got Carrier making 2 until 2029. And on D, you've got Slavin making 6.39 until 2029. That's one of the best contracts in the league.
What a deal.
You got Walker making 3.6 until 2029.
We love Sean Walker.
And you've got Ghost at 3.2 for 2 more years, Chatfield at 3 for 2 more years. And then you've got like Nishkin, you've got Morrow on rookie deals. Orlov is out of contract, so we'll see what happens there. He's only 33. Brent Burns, 40 years old. This might be it for him.
God, I feel for Burns.
And that one sucks. Yeah. I don't want to get through this pod without taking a second to talk about Brent Burns. He's been one of the best players in the NHL. I believe, dude, originally a forward, transitioned to D.
Yeah, correct.
Became a all-star, one of the best defensemen in the NHL for the Sharks. Then revived here, had some great years here. And Burnsy's just one of the best. He's one of the best guys to do it. So if this is it for him, that sucks. It sucks to see him go without getting his cup.
I know. But I felt like one of those Sharks that might do it. Yes. Like of all the guys, I was like, well, he ended up on Carolina.
And I do want to say, CP, their projected cap space with all of those guys that I just listed, like they're guys that are, you've got Fast, Roslovic, Robinson, and Yost, who are UFA, and then D, Burnsy and Orlov, UFA. And like those, other than Burnsy and Orlov, those four, don't get me wrong, great forwards, but I don't think any of these guys are like, oh man, like those are depth guys.
Yeah. No, they're
This team has 28.4 mil in cap space.
Well, this is what I would say. Sometimes you go, God, we're set. Like we don't have any big free agents coming, and look how good our team is. We've been in the Western or Eastern Conference Finals 2 out of the last 3 years. But I'm like, the team that is set, that's not going to see a lot of changes, isn't good enough.
Go trade for John Gibson right fucking now.
You want Gibson traded so bad.
Dude, it's because they have 2 starting goalies.
Yeah.
You can't have 2.
You can't do it. Everybody tries. Can't do it.
Well, what are we doing here?
Go get him.
Go get him.
Got to do something.
You've got to do something. You have all that cap space. You have to prove after the Rantanen debacle that you can get people do want to play here. And you know what? I think they've done that with Aho didn't need to re-sign, extend here. Jarvie didn't need to extend here. Svetch didn't, and I know that these guys haven't had that 100-point season.
Jarvie is a future superstar. So
by the way, I forgot to mention Halsey is 3.16 until 2028.
Yeah,
like they're buzzing. Carolina, there were some people who were saying like, oh, it's supposed to be a rebuilding year. I think like
no.
There were like 3 idiots saying that, and I'll call them idiots because this team was always making the playoffs. And I think you were better than expected because a lot of people took big jumps, and that's great. But you need to keep jumping. And listen, It's just been too long. It's been too long since Cam Ward. Like you just can't, you can't keep streamlining goalies like this. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yep, you're right. And they didn't mean to. Like Freddie's health has been obviously a major concern in real life, but an unexpected speed bump for them.
Freddie, who we love, is a great goaltender, right?
And was sick the first year they got him.
Yes, he was, but he was not picked up. People didn't see him go to Carolina and go, oh shit, Carolina just got their blue chip goaltender.
Yeah.
He never did anything in Toronto. Now, part of that's Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. That's
sure, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like, well, he came here, and what was their biggest problem every year?
Goalie. But his first year, he was great. And then he got hurt. Then he got sick.
Yes, and I'm sure that still affects him, and I have sympathy for him for that. But it's, he's been an amazing goaltender. He's 35 years old, though.
No, we missed it. We missed it. No matter what I think of what could have been with Freddie, it was not. So now we gotta find someone else what could have been.
As we transition into the Cats,
Yep.
Did you see the Maurice Brind'Amour interaction?
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Is there any leaks yet has anyone got a quote on it or no?
So we've got some people saying that Paul Maurice doesn't shake hands with the other team's players post-series, and this is why. And I don't think that is true, because didn't we see, maybe that's a this year thing, but I mean, I saw them beat the Bruins last year, and Maurice shook Swayman's hand and was like, that's some of the best goaltending I've ever seen in my entire life. So I don't think that is true. Maybe it's a this year thing. But like that is just definitely not true. But also, did you?
What do you mean? This is why?
I don't know. But do you know their coaching history?
Yeah, dude. Maurice coached him
Rod
and
as a
hired him to be an assistant coach.
Yes. So like
they love each other. There's like so much, and Rod runs Paul's systems.
Yeah.
This should be a very friendly thing.
It doesn't look like an unfriendly interaction, but it doesn't look great. Like Maurice is explaining something to him, Rod's not really thrilled. It's an interesting interaction.
It's very strange. I mean, neither of them will say shit, but I'm actually I would love to know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like it. Like I don't know. Rod has, as we've said, I just feel like this has been incredibly stressful for him. This whole fucking ordeal with the streak and all this bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got dipshits like us telling him that they should be banned from playoffs. Like he's just dealing with it all the time.
Every week or every game, he's got another fucking. Either he makes a comment like,
"Hold on, TSN." Sorry, guys, I should have known this already. TSN reporting, Paul Maurice says, and he's saying this, his exchange with Rod Brind'Amour was about letting the players have the handshake line to themselves. Maurice believes the handshake line should be for the players only and asked Brind'Amour and his coaches to skip it. So while we've seen him do it, so like this, I mean, that's from Paul's mouth.
Yep. So Rod was going, I'm gonna go. Did he go? Did he do it?
I believe so.
Like after Maurice said that, Rod still went.
Yeah, I think that's maybe like what, yeah. But that's interesting.
I actually, dude, is it not to shake hands? It wasn't out of disrespect. I actually hate that because not Paul choosing to skip it and thinking it's for the players. That's completely his prerogative and that's fine. I don't like him going, you should skip it too.
I agree. Also, again, we saw him do it last year and say something so lovely to Sway. I don't know. Like, and frankly, if I were a player, I wouldn't mind that interaction with an opposing coach that I respect.
Yeah.
It's
okay. Yeah. It says here, to continue the quote, long list of people in suits and tracksuits. We had like 400 people on the ice. They're really important to our group, but none of them was in the game. So just as he did after the round 2 win against Toronto, Maurice and his staff didn't do it.
Yeah.
Post handshakes, exclusive coaches. Yeah, that's interesting because I just think he should let Rod do whatever he wants. I don't mind him going to shake Rod's hand there and going, I'm just going to grab you here because I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you wonder though, like what instigated the conversation, right? Because I don't think Rod went up to Paul went up to Rod. Like you see Rod walk up to Paul and shake his hand, and I bet Rod was maybe like, like dude, what? Like why were you telling me or the coaches to do this or that?
Yeah, okay.
So,
it looks like actually Rod didn't do it because I shut it off by then. It says this season he's been trying to amend the tradition, as in Paul, and he thanked Brind'Amour for taking a risk, as Maurice said, in agreeing with him. So I guess maybe Rod did skip that too. I'm going to have to go back and find that highlight.
Yeah, to me the interaction just looks like Paul's explaining. He's like, this is why I don't think we should.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any bad blood there.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and wash that one. Who gives a shit?
I think I'm okay.
Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Just a couple of buds explaining how they feel.
Luosterainen left the game.
Yeah, you do not like that. Member of what I think has been the best line on this team.
And a massive difference-making line. I think Paul said he's okay. I mean, Paul plays it pretty tongue-in-cheek, but he was like, he's okay. I'm not a doctor, but I think he's okay. But he didn't play much. I think he was in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, he left after the first period, and he looks lame on his, like, there's like a knee bang there.
I think it's weird.
He goes into the boards hard.
And the fact that he didn't come back the whole game is a factor.
Yeah.
But Paul, after the game, was like, I think he's fine. But that would be a huge loss. But I think he's okay. We'll obviously keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
I thought all the injured guys looked great. Or not hindered, really. Obviously, the Cats get a power play goal after Reiner comes back because they can't score on the power play without him. They're only 1 for 4, I think, but of course they get one. That was big. And they didn't touch the trophy.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, they did touch it in 2023, lost the cup. Didn't touch it last year, won the cup.
Yeah.
Didn't touch it this year.
So it makes sense that they do it.
Can't do it.
Listen, I'm a superstitious guy with sports. Lots of people are, but I don't. At the same time, I don't believe in them. They don't mean anything. It's like, believe in whatever you want to believe in.
Dude,
so just it is what it is.
Same shit.
It's interesting that this team, I think this team thrives on just buzz and momentum. I'm sure there's part of them that just wants to get on the ice. With that win, it has been announced if Edmonton wins tomorrow, or as you're listening to this today, first game of the Stanley Cup will be the 4th.
The 4th. What day is
Which I believe is a Wednesday. And if Dallas wins, the first game will be the 7th, which is, I think, Saturday.
Which is this next Saturday. Yeah.
So later start than I would have anticipated, honestly.
Yeah.
But like I said to you, CP and I were having a chat offline. There's just so much they need to plan media day. They need to plan all the travel for families and shit. There's just so much to do.
I guess, if Dallas pushes it to a Saturday game, they were like, instead of starting like Thursday or Friday, they just take the Saturday ratings.
So
Game 1.
With that, game 1 of the Stanley Cup will be on Wednesday the 4th. Because Dallas is not winning.
Oh, brother.
But I wonder, with Luosterainen, with Mikkola, Reina, I wonder if they actually are like, wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind a week and a half to let these guys heal up.
I don't know.
Do some treatment.
The rest
but that's
sucks.
a lot.
Especially because it means Edmonton's playing. Or whoever wins.
Yeah,
but
yeah. A lot of time off.
Like if they go, if it's the 28th right now, if the Stars win on the 29th and then the Oilers play on the 31st and win, the next game for them is a week. I mean, I guess it's only 3 more days, but still, I just think you don't want it. You don't want it, dude. You don't want it.
The 5 minutes in the second period for these boys, just to give a little bit more time on this Florida team, the goals were beautiful. Power play goal. That tip from Tkachuk, I don't think was getting enough credit. If you look at the sort of aerial replay of that shot's going wide. It looks like one on the straight on. That looks like one of those tips that's like, oh yeah, it kind of changes direction.
Yeah.
That shot is going wide of the post.
Oh my God, dude.
And he rotates his body, tips that, pulls it back in, top shelf, beautiful. The Marchand play, just vintage jump off the drop, clean win from Lundell, throwing that puck across and Lundell just actually not tapping it in, also sick tip.
Yeah. Those were 3 consecutive shots, by the way.
Yeah. The Erod goal was just beautiful, tip 5-hole.
Yep.
And then, we already talked about that 4th goal from Sasha, which was just insane.
Yep.
To give a little more attention to Marshy. I don't know how you're not happy for this guy. I don't care who you rooted for your entire life. If you can't see how cool this is, like Brad Marchand being such a good player still as a 37-year-old, tumultuous year in Boston, is the captain, gets traded, savage.
Yep.
And coming to this team, maybe having an interesting month, less than a month of just where do you fit after he had talked about not being sure how a 4th line vibe would be, or 3rd line vibe would be for him. And now these fucking 3, man, They just look so good. Brad looks so good. He almost scored a vintage Brad Marchand, the little under swim move.
Yeah, he always does
and
that.
he just, I don't know what, like he got a little ahead of him, but I was like, oh my God, he looks fresh as lettuce. We might be calling him Marsh Iceberg now.
I like that.
But I just, I love to see it from him. And man, we've been banging the Oilers drum, but after a little bit of a rest day in game 4 and a slow first period, now you look at this team and it is a bit like, who is playing better hockey than the Florida Panthers?
They're in every game too. We've said that about the Oilers. You know, they no lead is safe. They had a million comebacks to start the playoffs. They always seem to find that goal. The Panthers, there's been 2 games I think in the playoffs where I'm like, oh, they couldn't really find one there.
As unflappable as it gets, right? Like,
yep. I'll leave you with this Brindamore quote. He said after the game, "It's the craziest thing that we're this far, and all I'm hearing is negativity. When I walked in this summer with the pieces left in this organization, I was like, I don't think we're making playoffs.
that's so fucking mean.
I don't think we're making playoffs. I was worried about it because there was a mass exodus of good players to free agency. Then we were able to find good players to fill in, and then I was like, I don't know if they're that good, but they hung in there. I got nothing but pride with this group. We didn't love how this series kind of went, but the Florida Panthers are the standard." And I'm like, you thought the Carolina Hurricanes were missing playoffs preseason. Missing playoffs, dude.
I am kind of like, if I were a player on that team, I'd be a little bit like, fuck you.
Dude, I just can't hear that we got ragdolled in the conference finals again, but it's amazing because we're not even a playoff team.
I want to click on and look. Carolina lost to New York, right?
Last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they almost, well, not almost, but we were all like, here comes the reverse sweep because the Rangers went up 3-0, and then it looked like the Canes were going to beat them. And
Let me look at the lineup of this team.
From last year?
Yeah. Looking at the lineup of this team last year. Roster report. Carolina Hurricanes. Chatfield, Orlov, Burns, Stahl, Jack Drury, no longer on the team.
Yep.
Sebastian Aho, Stefan Nason, Seth Jarvis, Svechnikov, Martinuk, Gensel, not on the team.
Yep.
Nason, not on the team either. Jacob Slavin, Brady Shea, not on the team. Tony D'Angelo, not on the team. KK, Teravainen, not on the team. Natchez, not on the team. Kuzi, not on the team. So they lost Kuzi, Natchez, Teravainen, Tony D'Angelo, Shea, Gensel, Nason, Drury. A lot of players.
Yep.
But
Find to be literally one outlet that didn't have them making playoffs. Literally one.
I think there were some, like I said, they are dumbasses. Absolute dumbasses. Like, I think we both had them second in the Met.
Yeah. Which they were.
Were they?
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, Caps. Fuck yeah. Snipe,
dude.
We're not going to talk about the fact that we both had the Rangers first in the Met.
Yeah, and I had Caps missing playoffs.
Yeah. That is a lot of lost players, but again,
It's ridiculous, bro.
You know, like,
it's a ridiculous quote.
they went out and got good players, you know, so I don't know what to say, really.
Yeah.
It's like, I know Stank and Halsey were deadline ads, so that wasn't preseason.
Yep.
But I do think it's like a lot of teams lose players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at Florida; they lost some very good players, and they went out and found some. So it's like, there's part of me that's like, that is so rude to the players on this team who are like, all those contracts I just read out. Like, those were guys who were on the team last year who are now on it, who are like your core, and you're being like this. These guys stink.
I got here this summer and I was like, you suck.
These losers aren't going to make playoffs, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, pal.
I know the spin zone he's trying to do, but I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a little tired of Roddy Spin Zone.
Yeah, dude.
He's
Supreme leader, dude. He's supreme leader. Whatever he said. We are not good. We will not make playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I would love to know what would have to happen for Rod to be like this. This is a fucking joke.
Disappointing year.
It's a disappointing year. We fell short. Like, would the entire team have to commit seppuku on themselves
During
or
a
like
storm surge?
So they go.
Their storm surges. Like everybody goes, and they go. Rob's like, ooh. This year was a bummer. Everyone died on the ice.
Like they go full Jim Jones and drink the Kool-Aid. Like everyone just commits suicide. then he's like this. This is a really bad. I'm disappointed.
Damn, dude.
Like, what would have to happen for him to be like this? I'm pissed. This is disappointing. We didn't live up. Like, we didn't get as far. The fact that he's like, we got gentlemen swept. Why is everyone upset?
What's the negativity?
Like,
what's with all the negativity?
Hey, dude,
You're glass half empty kind of guy, aren't you?
Hey, Rod, don't piss in my mouth and tell me it's raining. Just don't. So I'm a little tired of that. At the end of the day, though, closing thoughts for me, the Florida Panthers are just, they're phenomenal.
They're better than you.
They're phenomenal, and I'm not entirely sure how you deal with this.
Yeah.
We're going to see the Oilers deal with it the best they can. A lot of people have pointed out this is eerily similar to Crosby first cup. You go in, you play Detroit, you lose.
Oh, yeah.
Then you come back, you play Detroit, and you win. So a lot of people are going, this feels like Sid.
Yep.
And I hear you. It does. I look at Florida, and we don't even need to do this, but it's like Florida has a projected $19 million in cap space next year, and their UFAs are Marshy, Nosek, Sam Bennett, big one, Nico Sturm, Samaskevich, Schmidt, and Ekblad.
Yeah.
So like Schmidt, Ekblad, Bennett are the big ones, and Marshy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to me, I'm like, Marshy, you should just come on back, pal.
I know.
And there might be trades in there to make things work, but it's again, it's like
They're a
these
problem.
guys locked up.
They're a problem.
Like you have Anton Lundell at $5 million a year until 2029. You have Verhaeghe at $7 million until 2029. Rhino at 8.6.
God, that's
Kachuk at 9.5. Barkov at 10.
Yep.
Barkov is a top 5 player in the NHL.
Barkov's gross.
16 is a top 5 player in the NHL.
Gross.
Sorry, he is. And it's just this team ain't going nowhere.
Agree.
So, yeah,
Agree.
it's wild. So, Florida Panthers headed to the Stanley Cup. Tonight, we'll watch and see if Edmonton can get the job done and go meet them for a second round. Moving on from playoffs, little bit of hockey news. Boston Bruins look like they might have a head coach.
Maybe. Not confirmed.
It's not confirmed, so we'll walk this back. But I do want to talk about it in case it does get announced. It has not been officially announced yet. We've had a couple of leaks. Shout out Cam Robinson, who was one of the first to announce it. A lot of people are seeming to... usually when you see something like this, when someone gets a little too horny and leaks something out, you'll get the big dogs who kind of bark them back into the doghouse.
Yeah.
And they go, nothing has been confirmed about this.
Yeah.
And it's their way of calling them a fucking idiot without calling them a fucking idiot. That has not happened, so I'm inclined to believe all signs are pointing towards it, and we'll see it. We talked about it on the live a little bit, so I don't want to spend too much time, but I have said a lot of negative things about the Boston Bruins right now with their hires, with their management, and just what's been going on. But as we've said many, many times, this is a young coach hire. It's a first head coach in the NHL opportunity. It's a player turned coach who played for the organization for a good stretch, knows the organization really well, is good with young players. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm. I don't know what I wanted as a Bees guy. I was like, it just didn't even enter my brain. There's so much else going on in the league. I'm so caught up in the playoffs and everything.
We wanted Chara.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how imposing? You think Rod the Bod is imposing?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Zdeno Chara standing on the back of a bench?
I just want him to be the strength coach. That's all I need.
It's insane.
But you're right, and it's a lot of cool things. He coached the German team in 2018 in the Olympics to a silver medal, a shocking silver medal, which is a really cool thing to be like, I can get a group to rally around me. He's got a great record with the Reign. He coached guys like QB and Clarkey and developed them. And look what they're doing in the NHL now, So I'm like, that's awesome. So with those factors and the stuff you guys listed in the live this morning about some of the guys at the Bees, if they're going to kind of stay relevant without falling into a massive rebuild, there are these guys, Georgi Merkulov in the minors, that I'm like, hey, I need you now. It's time. I need you to develop. And maybe if it's not even this next year, because like Laz said, he's going to get a little grace here of a couple years to get this going again. But I don't need time to waste with Pasta and Charlie and Sway. You know, not that the last two are that old, but it's just let's go, dude. These guys are in their prime. They're entering their prime. I need these years. So I like what he's done with young guys. I like what he did in the Olympics. I think it's cool that he was part of the organization. I always love when that happens. So we'll see. And as we always say, I love that it's a new face, right? Like someone getting their shot
for sure.
NHL coaching job.
It does feel like a very new beginning for the Boston Bruins. You know, Brad's gone. Doesn't look like he's coming back. Yeah. So you've really got this new regime of Charlie, Pasta, Sway.
Yep.
You wonder if a guy like Sturm can revitalize Elias Lindholm, get him back to that amazing year in Calgary. You wonder if he can get Hampus Lindholm, a great fucking player, for the record. There are some people who, you know, look at some of the injuries and they're like, oh, I don't know. But this kid was playing Norris level hockey that season when Charlie started out. You wonder if he gets him back. And then again, as I said on the live, you've got lots of draft picks that are going to be young players that'll be good for him to work with. You've got guys like Minton that you picked up in the Carlo trade. You've got guys like Kuznetsov that you picked up. You've got guys like Fabian Lysell and Merkulov, as you mentioned. I wonder what that looks like. Yep. And I think it is a good opportunity for everyone. If I'm a young player on the Bruins or in the Bruins organization, I look at this hire and I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
This is good for me.
Right. Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
I like that.
You had some Adam Lowry things to talk about.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, could call it out because we're doing a little bit of news. He just had surgery, just announced he had surgery. He's going to miss 5 to 6 months. And I really enjoyed watching him play in the playoffs this year. Yeah. I would say he's a very, no offense, a very unflashy captain in this league. Very often we see the captains are like a hulking defenseman or the best player on the team. Adam Lowry is neither. But here in Bones, when he's on the TNT panel, just the way he talks about Lowry and the way Lowry was talking about the season this year and trying to get that win and that penalty kill for Scheifs, and just what he does for that group was awesome to watch. When you have a Kyle Connor on your team, when you have a Morrissey and a Scheifele. I wish him a very speedy recovery because that will suck, because he's definitely going to miss the beginning of the season right now. And I hope he comes back full throttle, and that'll give him extra juice when it comes playoff time, because he's a little bit fresher, and the Rocket Men will rise again, dude.
Wow, they will take off.
Yeah.
I mean, Lowry's he's sort of a career 35-point guy. You know, like it's 2 years ago, 2023 season, 36, 35 the next year. He had 34 this year.
Yep.
But, you know, like 16 goals, and he's a Selke guy, like 30th in Selke 2 years ago, 7th in Selke last year. Yep. And he's a leader of men, dude.
Miles and miles.
Like he is a leader of men, and that is that's shit you can't teach.
Yeah.
So that's why he's a ledge. Let's take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and then get back into a very important story.
You already know what my favorite beer is. It's a Labatt Blue Light. And the Labatt Blue regular is pretty solid too, but I'm a Labatt Blue Light guy, I gotta tell you. And they're amazing for all occasions. Because I'm drinking them while I'm watching playoff hockey, but I'm also drinking them when I'm hanging out in my backyard catching some rays. I'm drinking them after beer league. I'm drinking them at the beach. It's incredible. They're the best beer going, and it's because they're brewed with a little bit of Canadian kindness that you can taste in every single sip. Ice cold, Labatt, you crack it open and it's like, what is that on my tongue? What is that? And it's the Canadian kindness, I'm telling you. You can only get it from Canada, and you can only get it in Labatt. They're such a cool beer, and I want you to check it out because I know it's not in your regular rotation. You're grabbing all the other lights, this and whatever that. I'm telling you, go to the store, because they're getting everywhere down here now. Go to the store, go to a Bevmo, go to your local grocery store. Find yourself a crisp sixer glass bottle, Labatt Blue Light. You kidding me? And then pop one out. Next time you're hanging with the group, you got a bunch of team coming over, everybody's hanging out. I want you to introduce them to Labatt Blue and Labatt Blue Light and see what they say, because once you get them onto it, they're going to start saying, hey, where are those Labatts at? And then you're going to have to be behind them all the time. So I'm probably doing you a disservice here, but I'm actually doing you a great service, because Labatt Blue is so awesome that you'll never regret making the switch to making it your regular every time beer, just like it is for me. So go get a Labatt Blue. Go check out a Labatt Blue Light right now. Okay, the time has come, and I gotta be honest, this brings me no joy. Like, I don't even like doing this. And Dan will attest, and Wags and Edge will attest that I almost did this weeks ago, but I kept pushing it back, trying to give more time. And I don't even know what is going to happen from this. Like I said to you today before we did this, I was like, what's the win here? And I don't know what the answer is, but here is the Coachella story. If this gets me my money back, awesome. Which I think that was my hope. Like, if it ever got to this point where I had to just fucking dox this dude on the internet, then I was like, I hope this gets my money back. But now I'm thinking it like won't even do that. But I just, I guess I hope now that it just exposes him enough in the public eye that he feels bad.
Yeah.
Because you've made me feel pretty bad, bro, and this sucks.
Yeah, and like I said, dude, life fucking stinks.
Yeah.
And it's just time to make people pay for their shitty actions. So here it is.
So I went on Craigslist and bought Coachella tickets. And you get a number, you get a phone number. So I'm texting a dude, and almost right away, the guy goes, do you have IG? Which like was kind of weird. I mean, if you want this whole story, go back and listen to the pod. But he said, do you have IG? What?
No, I just wanted to, I don't want you to tell the full beginning story again. Because so if you're a recurring listener, you know the story. If you're a new listener, the spark notes are, we were going to Coachella. CP had to buy some bracelets secondhand, had to buy some for some friends who he was being kind enough to help out. Found a guy on Craigslist. This person hit him up and was like, what's your IG? Because he wanted to see if Chris was like a real legit person. So Chris gave him the Netter's IG and my IG, to which he hit us up and was like, yo, I'm selling you the Coachella tickets. And I was like, wow. As we saw, this person was a blue check mark and the son of a prominent NFL wide receiver, who Chris will say. After that, it was a shit show of this fucking kid didn't send the bracelets. We then had to hit him up and be like, hey, fuckstick, where are the bracelets? We then find out that he printed out the shipping label wrong, sent them to the wrong address because he didn't copy the address right, then put the wrong return address on it because it was his old address and he had moved since. We then drove all over LA trying to fucking find the package. And then after we were like, dude, it's not there, and CP sent you $3,500 for all of these bracelets. You did not give us the goods. You have to pay us back. He then went, oh, I don't have the money because I gave the money to all my friends whose bracelets I also sold this, but I can get it to you on Saturday. That Saturday came and went. It's now been fucking 3 months. Chris gave him his Cash App. He was like, my Cash App got shut down. You need to do it through my girlfriend's. No money has been sent. He's non-responsive. He's a fucking rat prick. Go on.
Yeah. So, and I want it to be fucking very clear that I drove all over Kingdom Come on this dude's behalf, trying to find the fucking tickets and everything. And I legitimately think he got sick, like he was in the hospital for a second, which led to the chaos of the situation. But here's what kills me, everybody. I'm texting with a kid on Craigslist. He says, can I have your IG? I say, yeah. And everybody that knows my personal is a fucking burner bullshit. But I go, DM me, dude, and I will answer. And then I immediately get a DM that says, hey, man. And it is from Keyshawn Johnson Jr. Keyshawn Johnson's son, the first overall pick of the 1996 NFL draft to the New York Jets, made fucking $80 fucking million in his career earnings on TV left and right. His son, Keyshawn Johnson Jr., college football player, living out here in California now. I go, yo, exclamation point, to his blue checkmark Instagram DM, because I just couldn't believe that the random fucking kid I found on Craigslist was Keyshawn Johnson Jr.'s son. Yeah. And he goes, hey, reached out to your brother as well. Just wanted you guys to know who you're getting the bands from, lol. Implying, yeah, it's literally me. I'm Keyshawn Johnson Jr.'s son. Yeah, I'm not a random on Craigslist. I am a personality.
Yeah.
And in fact, he was texting us from a burner phone, which he had to get, which he admitted, because he was like, I didn't want to just be giving out my cell phone number. I had to get
because who knows who I'm selling this to?
I have to get
Turns out it's us, pal.
Yeah. So all hell breaks loose with the tickets. And he stops answering my texts. Then even when he is answering, he's like, I don't know, bro, I'm in the hospital. He's like spelling stuff wrong, which normally screams fraud shit. So I DM him back and go, dude, was your account hacked? Do you have the previous messages from me? Because now I'm thinking like someone hacked his account and was DMing me from his real official, and it's the text.
To effectively scam you.
Yeah, the text is all bullshit. Doesn't answer, and I'm like, yeah, we're dead. So then, yeah, you should probably go find yours. But Dan DMs.
Yeah, again, like we're kind of retelling parts of the story here, but if you haven't heard it, here you go. Basically, I went, not scorched earth, but I was like, pal, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm sorry this is going on, but you're not responding. You got paid for these bracelets and they haven't arrived. So we're either going to call the cops or take other actions, or you fucking tell us what's going on.
So then he immediately answers.
He's like, dude, I swear to God.
I'm not that kind of guy.
Says he's not that kind of guy. He also says he's in the hospital. Sends me a picture of his hospital band. And I was like, gee, this kid's in the hospital.
He's sick. He's sick in the hospital.
And then chats with me for an entire day, going back and forth to the point where I was then like, buddy, go find the receipt of the shipping label, which he does. There's a hyperlink on Chris's name. He's like, it doesn't show the address. And I go, click the hyperlink. He does. Shows up the address is wrong. And that is when he was like, dude, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yes, bro.
I gotta man up to this. I fucked up. I put in the address wrong. That's why you guys don't have the bracelets. I have to give you your money back. And I was like, appreciate it. Like, this blows for you, but you did make a mistake. Appreciate you. The fact that he goes to all this trouble, responding to us, sending me pictures of his hospital band, sending me pictures of the receipt, to then still just never pay you back is banana land.
Okay, so this is what I get. I send him all the shit I do, and he goes, Keyshawn Johnson Jr., dude, goes like this. Sorry, I've been recovering, not really on my phone. Let me know what happens. I already explained to your brother, I messed up the address. I take full responsibility for it, and but it will take me a few weeks to pay you guys back. I go, all good, dude. Really sorry you've been sick. Post office couldn't find it, whatever. I'm going to keep looking. We don't find him, and we go, sucks that happened. If we can get us the money back as soon as you can, we'd really appreciate it. Thanks again. That's on the fucking April 14th, okay? No answer, nothing, crickets till April 23rd. Yo, buddy, just wanted to check in since it's beyond the 18th, because he had texted you or DM'd you like, I get paid on the 18th.
Yep.
It's beyond the 18th, it's the 23rd, hope things get settled up. He responds like 5 hours later, hey guys, been crazy, trying to see if my friends can help me out paying this back, but I get paid this Saturday. So it's already like, I don't know what happened to the 18th paycheck. I get paid this Saturday, I'll send the majority back then. And I go, sorry for the craziness and thank you. It's okay if you need to send it in a few installments if that's easier. April 30th. Hey, bud, checking in here. Understand it's a tricky situation, but would appreciate it if we could.
Also, I'm sure people are dying laughing listening to this. At this point,
Yeah.
Because this happened to Chris.
Yeah,
but
right.
like I'm in the chat, feel like fucking idiots. It's like, at this point, you're like,
hey, next week.
We've been scammed.
Next week.
But again, it's more just I cannot believe the lengths that this fucking kid has gone to without just paying us back.
So Saturday comes and goes, obviously. Payment installments, timeline, let us know what you can do. May 1st, he goes, payment installments will work. I'll put in the first one this Saturday.
Saturday, dude. Big payday for Key.
We go, appreciate it. May 5th. Hey, brother, just a reminder on those payments. Notice nothing came through on Saturday.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. No answer. May 12th, dude.
Notice nothing came through.
Another week later.
Hey, you must have missed it. Must have not crossed that one off the to-do list.
Any update from me, May 12th? And then you go, gonna need some form or show of confidence here, man. Otherwise, gonna need to take other action. He answers right away. So sorry. I'll have something for you tomorrow. I just paid some bills and my rent. So is $500 to $750 okay for the first payment? Then I'll get more in the next 2 weeks when I get paid again. I go, of course, man, that works. Thank you. And he goes, right away. He goes, where should I send it? I'm waiting on the deposit to hit my account. And you go, Venmo or Cash App works. And he goes, what's the Cash App? Which makes sense because that's how I was paying him. And he goes, just still waiting for that deposit to hit. I send him my Cash App, which I'm not going to read out loud. And then...
Why, dude?
Yeah, actually, someone sent me money. So I send him my Cash App. And he goes, dude, not sure if you reported my Cash App or something. Because remember at the beginning, we were like, we're going to report you, dude. Not sure if you reported my Cash App or something, but it got closed. So my girlfriend's going to send it to you when it comes through. His Cash App's been shut down, dude. And I go, oh, I never did report anything because you were responsive. But that works too, because I don't give a shit who fucking sends me the money. And he goes, okay, cool, I'll let you know. That all happened right away. Dude, a week goes by. Dan goes, Key, what's the deal here, my man? Does Chris need to send you anything else? This is getting ridiculous. Nothing. Yesterday, what's the fucking date? The 28th? I respond, hey man, didn't get the 500 from your girlfriend. I gotta believe you have the ability to start paying me back. There are plenty of other apps to use. You've had a lot of time. We were trying to be patient, but I feel like we need to take other action, which unfortunately is absolutely fucking blasting you on our hockey podcast.
Yeah.
The fact that the fucking son of a multi-millionaire TV personality, NFL all-star, can't find fucking $500 a week to start paying me back for the literal robbery, the theft. Keyshawn Johnson Jr. has robbed me when he has a million opportunities to get me money back.
It's, there's so many things about this. And I do want to start it off by saying, one, I don't presume to know anyone's financial situation, nor do you.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not sitting here going, do you seriously not have $3,500 in your account? Tons of people don't. I do think it's insane. If you are this strapped for cash, what the fuck are you doing going to Coachella, pal?
Yeah, well, he wasn't. He had to sell him.
Well, sure. But he said, he was like, I'm not going because blank. He was like, I'm like, me and my boys are going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that, and then I also don't presume to know anyone's relationship with their father.
Yeah.
But in this circumstance, I am a little confused how there's not like a, hey dad, can you help me out? I'm a fucking moron and I made a huge mistake.
Or just ignore me, dude. Like, go away. You've scammed me.
That is my next point.
Like, what
I need people to know.
Doing here?
Again, OG story knowers know this. This started with CP hitting him up and going, dude, man to man, if you scammed me, just fucking tell me.
Tip of the cap.
Tell me or ignore this message because I don't have time to talk to you if you are scamming. For
months.
Because I need to find other options here. And he was like, dude, I swear I'm not scamming you. So again, if this is all a scam, this is either the weirdest fucking behavior that has ever existed or this man is a genius. And it's like the greatest long con scam of all time where he has mentally manipulated you and it's absolutely bonkers.
He'll just DM me every 2 weeks being like, dude, next week, dude.
I'm getting
Dude,
you.
next week
and
I'm getting paid.
Dude, he's probably just yucking it up.
Yeah,
like,
he's telling this story to his
like
boys.
he's showing it to his boys. He's like, look at this idiot, dude. He keeps messaging me like, where's my money? Where's my money? But at the same time, I am shocked that you did it from your actual IG account that is verified because now I'm like, hey, dude, I'm not telling the Netters Army to go and fucking harass this dude, but Keyshawn Johnson Jr., he's on Instagram and he's a fucking rat prick or the weirdest dude who's ever lived.
Dude, you're a fucking thief. It's so insane too because when you said I gave him the Netters one, I actually didn't. I only gave him ours, which you with a quick couple clicks you could find out. But I love, like, he doesn't even know that I have all of Friday beers at my fingertips. Like, I'll fucking put this shit on the main page, you fucking clown.
Yeah.
Like, here comes 2 million people being like, you're a scumbag. Which you are.
Scumbag. Like, shut that account down now, dickhead.
Like,
so,
God damn.
Yeah, and like, I reserve the right to apologize if this all was a big accident and you eventually get the cash to him. But at this point, brother, I'm like, it's May 28th. You have just dicked around this whole time. Like, what the fuck happened? It's insane.
Next week, dude, my girlfriend, my Cash App's been shut down. I'm like, then download Venmo, dude. Watch this. Bang. That works too.
Why are you using Cash App to begin with?
Christ.
Jesus fucking moly. So, yeah. Hate that, dude.
Yep. And dude,
hate theft. We remember when this story started, like, a theft should be punishable by a bullet between the fucking eyes because then people would stop stealing shit.
And the amount of fucking things I did for this kid, like giving him the benefit of the doubt, driving all over the fucking city trying to find his mistake, and then the patience here and all this shit. I fucking DM'd his dad from Netters because I knew it would come up because it's a blue check mark, check mark. I DM'd his dad when it first happened, literally not complaining or asking for money back. No joke, I will post the DM. I said, dude, you should talk to your son because I think his account got hacked and like someone's frauding his name. I'm literally was going, I didn't even bring up the money to his dad. I didn't say I got. I said, dude, just get in contact with your son because his account's getting hacked. I'm trying to look out for this fucking kid. And now I'm like, hey, dude, if you don't answer the army that's coming for you, I'm coming for your dad's account now, dude. Where I'm gonna be like, hey, Key, I don't know what to tell you, dude, but this is a bad look for the fam, for the brand.
For the brand, dude. Like, he's sullying the name because this is trash behavior.
Didn't love it. Didn't love the experience, dude. Would not, 0 stars, would not return.
We tried to go as long as possible without exposing this dude and believing in the good
of humanity.
Unfortunately, time has run out.
Yeah. Clock run out.
Before the clock runs out on this episode, let me close you out with a game.
Please.
We're going to do Trivia Ladder.
I suck at this fucking game. You make it hard, though, bitch.
So this game, NHL player.
Yep.
I don't do a 1, remember.
You
have 5 questions, 10 points, 8 points, 6 points, 4 points, and 2 points. If Chris gets it right on the first one, he gets all 10. Gets it on the second one, 8. If he gets it wrong, he gets no points.
If you guess early and you get it wrong, you get 0, which has never happened because I usually am too scared.
Are you ready?
No, not really, but go ahead.
Question number 1 for 10 points. This Canadian player was a top 3 draft pick, and even though he's only 28 years old, he's played for 3 NHL teams already.
This Canadian player is a top 3 draft pick. He's Canadian. He's a top 3 draft pick. He's 28, so I know about what draft that should have been. And he's played for 3 teams already. So he's 28. He said top 3 draft pick?
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably in like the 2015 draft. God, I wish I knew that fucking draft, dude. 3 teams. Okay, I don't. Is that the DeBrusque draft? Yeah, I gotta have it in my own knowledge. God, that might even be like Connor Ikes. Okay, keep going.
Shockingly, in the year before his draft, this player had the most points in the OHL that season, slightly edging out Mitch Marner and Erie Otter teammate Connor McDavid.
Yeah, dude, fuck. I think that is Connor's draft. Dude, I actually think this player came up a while ago in another game, and you were like, this guy went 3rd that year, and I was like, no. And now I'm going to forget him again. Okay, so this person had more points than Connor McDavid on the Otters.
The fun fact of that is he had, I think it was 126 points that season. Marner had 124, and Connor had 120 in 21 less games played.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, fuck, dude. Connor, Jack, blank. 3 teams. He's 20 fucking 8. He's been on 3 goddamn teams. He's and what you said?
Based on your general behavior right now, I think you know it.
I don't.
I'm worried that you saw it when I was looking it up, and I feel like I should have turned my screen more.
I really don't. I really don't. Because my thought was, well, I guess I don't want to say it in case it's right, but like I'm positive it's wrong. Yeah, that can't be it. I think actually he's too young. He's too young. Because he's 10 years, bro. Like he's actually been in the league for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know it.
Question number 3 for 6 points. After failing to impress with his draft team, this player was traded to the Blackhawks, where he was put on a line with former OHL teammate Alex DeBrincat and future Hall of Famer Patrick Kane.
DeBrincat and Kaner. And he's Canadian, right?
He is Canadian.
Dude, I suck at this fucking game.
This was his second team before he was moved on to his next team.
Yeah. And I hate that you just said Hawks because the dude I was thinking of was Kirby because he went 3rd and then he went and like he was on the Hawks and then got shipped to Montreal, but he's only been on 2 teams. And I was like, it's not Kirby. And then you were like, he was on the Hawks. And I was like, fuck, shut up. Played with Kaner and DeBrincat, and I feel like I do now. Like there's a person that exists that I know what it has to be, but I just can't get it.
You want to take a shot?
No, because like I can't even pull a name up that fits these teams. And the Hawks was his second team.
Yes.
And he's fucking Canadian. He's obviously Canadian.
I feel like I maybe could have given you the first team in that, but
no, it's okay. If I can't get it after this one, retroactively give me the first team.
You will unfortunately definitely get it here.
Really?
Yeah. And you're going to be upset.
No, dude, I probably won't. I never get the ones that you're like, this one's obvious. Like I go all the way to the wood, dude. Get me to one.
It's true. You're a ground floor guy.
Yeah, I'm a ground floor guy. Always have been. God damn it. Who fucking played on that fucking line? Canadian kid. And he's off the Hawks. He's gone.
He's gone. They look pretty stupid.
Oh, damn it. Fuck. I know who it is.
Question number 4. For 4 points. After not being tendered as an RFA by the rebuilding Blackhawks, this player signed a 1-year deal with the Washington Capitals and then signed a 5-year extension just 7 months later as he quickly found form playing with Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah. Who did he get drafted by?
The Arizona Coyotes.
Fuck, dude. I don't think I would have got it then, though. The answer, he's 28. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. The answer is Dylan Strome.
That is correct.
Great one.
The last one was now showing signs of Nicholas Backstrom reborn. This player assisted on Alex Ovechkin's record-breaking 895th goal.
Very sick. That's a good stat for him. Who else got it? It was Carlson?
Carlson.
Yeah, it's fucking epic.
Really cool.
Stromer, dude. What was the first one? Oh, yeah, that was a good hit. Arizona. Fuck.
Yeah.
That one, dude, that was actually a really fair one, Dan. That was the fairest one you've ever done.
That was pretty good.
That was the fairest one you've ever done. I could have got it. I could have got it. Dude, I could have got it at 10. Like, there's a chance. The best 10s are when there's, like, a chance in hell. When I'm like, I could have been like.
I'll tell you what. He is one of the great stories in the NHL right now because he had bust label all over him.
Dude, painted on
He
his
was
body.
like up and he was like barely playing with Arizona and they were like, get out of here, dude. And then he was great with the Hawks. I think in his first week with the Hawks, like he was one of the NHL stars of the week. And then just insane to not qualify.
Yeah.
They were like, become a free agent.
Yeah.
And he just signed a 1-year deal with Washington. He's like, I'm nasty.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we're dumb.
My bad.
We're done. Great job.
Thank you.
4 points.
Great job by you.
That's going to do it for us here at the Empty Netters podcast. You guys can catch us every Tuesday and Thursday for our podcast episodes, lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time on our YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get you podcasts. If you haven't yet, guys, it helps us a lot. It means the world to us. Also, check out emptynetters.shop for our new storefront. We've got all of our awesome merch in there. We've got elite War Road gear that we made with War Road with TJ Oshie, our boy. You're going to see him on the live on Friday. We've got hoodies, we've got hats, and then we've got our new sick merch that we've designed. We've got our Rink Rat shirt. We got the new Empty Netters Lake House crew neck that just dropped. So sick. We've got tons of fun tees, the Netters Bear, crushing, and then the team-specific ones of the 4 teams, 3 now, still remaining. Super fun. Support your squad. Support us. Grab some great gear for the summer. Enjoy. Until we see you on the next show.
Skate hard.